University of California, KUCR, here at NAMM 2024 in the big Yamaha room with Mr. Yamaha Keyboards. That's Blake Angelos. Blake, we've interviewed you a number of times previously. You always have something great to show. And here's it looks like the latest version of the Montage. Can you tell us about it?
Well, this is the Montage M. We released this back in October, before the NAMM show. Montage M is the replacement to the original Montage music synthesizer, and it takes off where that left off. So with Montage M, we added a new synth engine called ANX, which is an analog modeling engine that wasn't in Montage.
That's a classic Yamaha thing.
Absolutely, yeah. We added that new engine. We also had, we continue with the FMX engine, but we actually upgraded the AAWM2, the sample-based engine. We not only increased the amount of wave ROM, we doubled it from about 5.56, I think, or something like that, the original Montage, to about almost 10 gigabytes, 9.97 in this one. So way more samples in here as well. But we also did something where a single part on a Montage M had 8 elements, which means each of a sound could have up to 8 components of the sound. We increased that to 128 elements. So that means that extremely expressive, sensitive, low levels of stuff, you can make unbelievable deep sounds with a single part now with this new thing that we've added in Montage M. The UI has changed as well. There's a new 512 by 64 screen that's a quick edit screen that allows you to get to stuff very fast. It's easy to see that. So that's in the hardware. There's all these things in the hardware. Like this Montage M8X here is a new action that not only uses electromagnetic induction sensor, so it's not a switch style sensor, it's more like what our hybrid pianos use. It's from that kind of lineage of technology over on that end. But it also has polyphonic aftertouch on the M8X. That's what the X stands for. The 6 and the 7 have channel aftertouch. They receive polyphonic aftertouch, but this one actually has real polyphonic aftertouch. So that's just on this guy here. But at this show, one of the big thing that we're showing at this show is when we announced Montage M, we announced that we were going to release a software component called the Expanded Soft Synth plugin for Montage M. And what that is a VST3 or AU2 audio unit level 2 virtual instrument that is the Montage M in the computer. So that's what you're looking at here, and that's what you're hearing when I'm playing here. So I'm connected over here with just a standard USB cable to my Macintosh, and the piano I'm playing,
that's lovely, by the way.
That's the software instrument. So it's very cool, and the thing I love about it is that if I'm in here, I can have multiple instances, let me get this out, of the software up here, and I can use the remote control service, the DAW remote.
I'm going to move over here so we can...
Okay, yeah. Here, I'll just stand right here. So I can select, so each one of those is another Montage M virtual. All of those are, which is very cool. I just open up the sound, and it's very, very efficient on how it uses the processor. This is just a MacBook Pro with an M2. It's not the fastest one. Runs no problem, 16 gigs of RAM in this one. I have an article on YamahaSynth.com that explains the system requirements and what the download is. In the box with all Montage M is a code, and that code is what you enter in. So anybody that buys a Montage M can register and get this for free. It is a free software component for Montage M users.
I get the sense this is a proprietary keyboard for this instrument for the 8. Is it also on the other Montages?
This one, no. This is brand new for Montage M, this brand new action in here.
Now you consider this keyboard to be a workstation, self-contained? Does it have a sequencer, or is it intended to be used with a DAW?
Well, we call it a music synthesizer. And when we had stuff that was more of a workstation style, this does have a sequencer on board, definitely. It has pattern-based sequencing. You can audio record directly to a flash drive and things like that. It has that in here, but that really wasn't the focus when Montage came out. It was to take the production out of it and make it more of a synthesizer, but have a lot of connectivity to different types of software packages. So we have DAW remote control. But then when we released Montage, we didn't even really have much of a sequencer, but we added that later. And so we brought that same sequencer in here. So you can definitely do sequencing here. But the cool thing here is that you can move it back and forth. There's sequences in here, but the sounds now can be shared. So let's say, like right now, I'm in here and I grab this piano sound, say. And as I'm in here, I want to make it a darker piano, so I want to go like this, increase the low end, drop the high end here. So, and maybe a few more edits I could do in here, but I love this aspect is that I can send that edit to the hardware, and it's the same sound but with the edits applied here. So I can use this as an editor that also makes sound. It's a virtual instrument editor librarian too. So I can send it over to the hardware. So let's say I'm on tour, I get a backline Montage M, I didn't back up all my sounds, I can load them in through the soft synth plugin into the hardware, but then I can also connect them both and have all the stuff happening here. I can layer sounds of the hardware and the software. It's really a powerful, very kind of unprecedented thing that we've done here, having the soft synth plugin that mirrors the hardware like that.
The keyboard itself seems almost peerless. Who would compete with this? I'm thinking Nord, maybe Kurzweil's new 2700. Core doesn't seem to have anything. So who is this in a class by itself? It seems inordinately deep as a synthesizer.
Those are all great products and everything. I think one of the things that Yamaha brings is that because we have a lot of different technologies and a lot of different things that we can bring to bear. For example, let's just talk the Action. You know, the Action is from research and development from our piano side, because we make acoustic pianos. None of those other companies make acoustic pianos. So that's an advantage that we have at Yamaha.
Yamaha is also the largest music manufacturer in the world, isn't it?
It is definitely that too. And so part of that thing is that we have the ability to bring things into our systems that I think give us an advantage. And our heart and soul at the bottom line is musical instruments. The very first product that Yamaha made was a pump organ in 1887. We started making acoustic pianos right about 1900. So we've been doing this a long time, and there's a craftsmanship element to how we make things that I think carries over into everything that we do, including electronic musical instruments. So a lot of people don't really consider these things like handcrafted. And yet, when I play Montage M and I feel this action, it gives me that feeling that it's been handcrafted. It feels that good. And that's something else that this action is really, I don't know any other manufacturer that has an action that's quite this great. And I think it's the piano lineage that helps with that.
I have an earlier Montage as well as the motifs, and I have to say these are instruments for artists.
Yeah.
They fantastic range of creativity is possible on these. Almost anything you can imagine and beyond, probably.
That's exactly that's our whole point of this company, is to empower people to make music better, make music fun, and make more musicians,
Blake Angelos here at NAMM, doing what Blake Angelos does.
That's what I do, yeah.
So, it's University of California, NAMM 2024.